Today, we're speaking with Juan Ciscomani, Senior Advisor to Arizona Governor Ducey for Regional and International Affairs. Welcome to 10 with Palm, a series created to dialogue for 10 minutes with community leaders and those of influence throughout Arizona. My name is Dan Palm, and today our guest is Juan Ciscomani, Senior Advisor to Arizona Governor Ducey for Regional and International Affairs. As Vice Chair of the Arizona-Mexico Commission, Juan has a unique perspective of the relationship between Arizona and Mexico. We sat down today to talk about that relationship and the growing impact that cross-border dialogue, trade, and tourism are having on Arizona. Great to have you here today on 10 with Palm, speaking to us about the relationship between Arizona and Mexico. I hear the governor say that Mexico is Arizona's #1 trading partner. What does he mean by that, and how does that benefit the state of Arizona?
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for having me on, especially talking about this topic that is near and dear to my heart, but also to the administration, Governor Ducey, and frankly, the entire state. As you mentioned, Arizona and Mexico have a robust trade relationship. The relationship, I should say, doesn't only get reflected on dollars and cents, but it's also a relationship based on culture, on food, on mainly around people and tourism, the arts, you name it. It's a relationship that is really deeply rooted into the history and the culture of the state, given that we have such a proximity, both geographically, but also in people living on both sides of the border and many having family on both sides of the border and so on. So this is a very unique relationship, I should say. And you're absolutely right. Mexico is Arizona's #1 trading partner by far. And that is for many reasons. Obviously, trade is happening. It's growing between both Arizona and Mexico. Specifically with Sonora, who we have a tremendous relationship with. We always have. But in this particular case, Governor Ducey and Governor Pavlovich both came into office right about the same time. And they have very similar philosophies on how to manage and how to lead this relationship, which they both have done remarkably, I should say. And that has really rendered big results in this trade relationship. And it's been done through what we call the Arizona-Mexico Commission and the mirror organization on the Sonora side called La Comisión Sonora-Arizona, which is the Sonora-Arizona Commission. So the relationship that Arizona has had with Mexico, and specifically Sonora, really is, they were visionaries back when they did the Arizona-Mexico Commission. And the AMC, as we call it, and you're a board member of, has really been at the forefront of a lot of these efforts, and the governor leading that as the chair of the Arizona-Mexico Commission has been a great vehicle to really accomplish a lot of these goals. When you look at the committees and the accomplishments within the committees, we have 16 of them, ranging again from the arts to energy to security to some of the ones that people would more expect, like commerce and tourism and transportation. So for Arizona, having Mexico as our #1 trading partner means opportunity, means jobs, means culture. It means having this relationship with our neighbors being a very healthy one. And it means, again, opportunity in the variety of areas.
The opportunity you talk about, what does that look like for, you mentioned jobs, you mentioned various things that are benefiting the state. Let's dig in a little bit and unpack that a little bit. What does that look like with regards to the trading relationship? What does that look like with regards to movement of goods, movement of people, and that interaction that's so beneficial?
Sure. So I'll give you some figures. And first of all, when we talk about Mexico being the #1 trading partner for Arizona, that's reflected in billions of dollars. That's reflected in about almost 18 billion. It's roughly a little over $17.5 billion in trade between Mexico and Arizona. This reflects itself also in about 228,000 jobs in Arizona when you factor in Canada as well as our North American partners. So the USMCA, formerly known as NAFTA, reflects itself and 228,000 jobs are a product of that. In particular, with Mexico, just about 55% of the agricultural product from Arizona gets exported over to Mexico. So that's a big part of the export business for the agricultural sector in Arizona, which is a significant one as well. So here you have some exporting, you have ag products specifically, and we can talk about some of the tourism as well, all over the state, not just in the southern part of the state. So this is a big part of the Arizona economy overall.
That leads right into the new agreement, the USMCA agreement, the US-Mexico-Canada agreement that came into full force this July, replacing NAFTA, as you mentioned. Let's talk about the impacts of that. What are we going to see, and what are we seeing with regards to that agreement and its impact here on Arizona?
So in this case, when you look at, again, the trade relationship and with Arizona having Mexico as a top trading partner and Canada as a number 2 trading partner, these are our top 2, and they're also our North American partners. So when you have an agreement between the 3 countries, when both of the 2 foreign countries are our number 1 and 2 trading partners, we're set up to benefit from this. That's why the Governor Ducey was at the forefront of really advocating for this by setting up websites like the USMCAnow.org website, by having multiple conversations with the administration about this and showcasing our support and really rallying the troops and advocating for this passage with our delegation, which I should also thank them, as when the vote came up, we voted unanimously in favor of USMCA and then the overall Congress actually supported USMCA by a wider margin than even NAFTA was supported back in the 90s. And Arizona is set up ideally for this because we have the geographic location. We have, in this particular moment, a governor in Arizona and a governor in Sonora that are set up and focused on maximizing this opportunity. And we also have the private sector, which is involved within the Arizona-Mexico Commission, and even those that are on their own doing this. It's the force leading really the increase in trade between both Arizona and Mexico and Canada.
I know you've also had a leadership role here as vice chair of the Arizona-Mexico Commission, and I definitely don't want to lose sight of the work that you've done as part of the administration here in Arizona. Let's shift to tourism. Tourism is an incredibly important industry for Arizona at large, but also specifically for northern Arizona. Do we know the impacts that the relationship with Mexico is having on tourism in Arizona, but more specifically in northern Arizona?
Sure. Your question is very timely. As we speak, the Arizona Office of Tourism is completing an in-depth study on the impact of the Mexican visitor to Arizona, specifically in the area of tourism. So what I'm going to share with you hasn't been, it's all being packaged and to be released. For example, one of them is 91% of Mexican visitors come to Arizona on a regular basis. That's important to know because they're repeat customers, and any business would understand that that's who you want. From the survey, this is going to be exciting for you all. The Grand Canyon is the top rated destination among Mexican visitors that they've declared, and obviously with visiting the Grand Canyon comes visiting northern Arizona. I know that many of these families go visit the Grand Canyon for a day or 2 if they do the hike, and then they stay up north and enjoy beautiful, northern Arizona with everything that it has to offer and the amazing weather and the view and everything. Depending on what time of the year they go, they enjoy different amenities.
What does the future of the relationship with Mexico and Arizona really look like from your standpoint?
Governor Ducey is committed to this relationship. I can also say that Arizona is committed to this relationship. Arizona has been committed to it, like I said, at least for the 61 years we've talked about the Arizona-Mexico Commission, but even long before then. And with our administration in place, the governor has led on this issue and led on highlighting the importance since the first day in office, and will continue to do that until our very last day in office. In terms of the overall future, I am very hopeful for the relationship. I am hopeful that we will continue to see eye to eye on the things that matter, that we're going to continue to find common ground and really advocate for this relationship that goes, again, in so many sectors, not only trade, not only dollars, but it really goes much, much deeper than that.
Thank you, Juan, for your insights on the relationship between Arizona and Mexico. If you've not yet followed the 10 with Palm Facebook page, I encourage you to do so. My name is Dan Palm. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes with community leaders and those of influence throughout Arizona.